Hello there, YouTube. It looks like wasn't going to take quite as long as I thought. We're actually making money here in a pretty good clip, and well, I've started to notice that we're getting queues kind of. Oh, that's kind of disconcerting. Now most of the passengers in line are in line for the Smart Air Lux 1978. Going through there. Starts boarding in 13 minutes. A lot of people using the restroom there. We're going to probably build some new restrooms down over in here eventually when we get to expand the concourse. But that's going to be a couple 100,000 project. But I've also noticing a rather significant queue up here as well. So I decided this time to start looking at building a little bit more complex, adding more ticketing desks, and building a little bit more complex routing system. And I think what I'm going to do is, after our last flight leaves at midnight, I'm going to go ahead and bulldoze this section here, bring this over to here, and then bring that over to there. But we're going to need some ticket desks. And 4, so we're going to go ahead and add 4 more of those. And we're going to add our conveyor lines. Like so. I'll go ahead and demolish that section there. So we won't be able to do anything until that's actually demolished. Okay. That's going to be a priority project. Added 4 additional staff members. And it looks like all of our ticket gates are manned. And I think it is time to create a second queue here. Shrink queue. Expand queue. Shrink. Again, proof that I cannot draw a straight line with a mouse. Nope, shrink. Shrink. Expand. And then forget about the queues and assign to I don't know if this will actually work in functionality-wise, but it seems like a smart idea. Structures. Oh, actually, can we build another medium hangar? No, looks like not enough room. We build 2 smalls. Nope, we only build the 1. Research, land expansion. So I don't know if we're an international airport, but with wide-body service, we have how many thousands of passengers? Yeah, I got about 600 passengers in the area right now, 500 waiting for departure, 169 arrivals. Transit capacity is about 300 per hour. Airline interest has been going down. I'm not exactly sure why. Again, some better statistics on on-time performance. I have a feeling that some of these planes are loading a few minutes late, and that is affecting our scheduling just a little bit. I could be wrong about that. Like this aircraft here, is leaving 20 minutes late, so I think that is having an issue. Need to try to figure out why that particular flight is having issues at A2. It was Air Union. So Atlantic International A320. No, I can't. I think we can adjust that. Okay, I'm going to extend the boarding time a little bit for that aircraft. So hopefully that is enough of an extension that that extra 15 minutes or whatever is going to be plenty to keep it from leaving late. And then it is doing a sound there, so I'm going to go ahead and save KWTF. And I'm going to go ahead and reload to get rid of that annoying sound in the background. Hopefully. So, yes. Alright. We lost a couple of minutes there, but the annoying cycling sound in the background got rid of that. Apologies. A little bit of a bug there. Flights. Standby gates. I don't know exactly how to use standby gates. Departs in 50 minutes. Looks like we're going to get through there just in time. No problems whatsoever. Out of here 30 minutes early. Makes me wonder if I could shorten that just a little bit. Nah. Because I might be able to squeeze one more flight in there late at night, but I think that might be also pushing it just a little bit. So I'm assuming that this is getting all of our baggage to the right places. Using outdoor baggage services, doesn't really tell me. I'm assuming that that works and that's functional, but I don't know. So I've researched all of our finance stuff. Operations, hey, we can daily. Apparently we can upgrade buses. At 75 capacity, light rail, every 30 minutes. Hourly. That's fine. What's our reports on our cash flow like? So we're staying steady at about 100,000, it looks like. Expenses are all over the place depending on how much we're spending for improvements and things like that. But I'm waiting for the research to get done. Upgraded buses, 24 hours required. Yeah, we'll go ahead and research that and research that as well. So that'll double the number of buses that we can bring in here. Okay, yes, the research there has completed. We can buy this for 112 or 115,000, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And it will auto-save every time you do it, which is a good thing. Did put up a fence here. We don't have sufficient funds, but structures... Need to have an idea here of, yeah, not enough money. What is it going to take? I think it's 100,000 for a brand new runway. 150,000 actually by the time you add in a couple of more expenses onto it. But let's kind of now we can clear that fence. That will take our that'll take people a little while. But I do think that we need to add another runway. A small runway, so that should help with some of the traffic in and out. Now, it does limit our airport where we can grow to with that terminal. Basically, then that means we might have to buy some more land up here eventually and build a second terminal. Completely from scratch. So it'll be like St. Louis, where we have our east and west terminal, and many others. This would be our main. Maybe we'll have the airport, SimAirport's version of Southwest flying out of the north terminal, and we'll have our main terminal being the south terminal. And then, actually, we'll probably build a second parallel runway up here. 192. What's required for a large runway? Structures. 240 tiles. So yeah, we're gonna have to build some or buy some more land. What is that? 32. And that is currently, oh, clear. 150 tiles, so 64. Oh, that's small. 240, 150. That's 210. So we need to purchase 2 more parcels of land over here in order to expand this to a large runway to accept really big airplanes. Oh, well, let me see what else. Objects XXL. Okay, yeah, so that is correct. We can put that in there. And still, but then we could put in a couple more gates. We'd have to be smaller gates, but we could put in a couple more gates over here, smaller gates, and run that. I'm liking that idea. We can go ahead. I know we're kind of blocking ourselves off later on, but I think that we'll get to the point where, without major renovations here, we're going to be locked in anyway, so I'm digging it. Staff, where are you? All. Build. So we're going to have to build taxiways. Option structures. Yes, not enough money. That's because roads. Now we could borrow enough to go ahead and at 6,000 interest per turn, or per day. We got enough that we can afford to do that for right now. Objects, structures, small runway. Roads. $6,000, that's very, very... Never mind. Terminal usage, $7,000. Bringing that in. So right now this runway can only be used by smaller aircraft. And of course we're going to have to do a couple of upgrades. Okay, there's a little bit of funny logic going on there. But we got ourselves another runway up and running. That should hopefully allow us to land more aircraft, with this one being utilized by smaller aircraft and this one by larger aircraft. And eventually we will build a parallel runway there, but we've got some land acquisition to do before we can go down that route. And I am going to go ahead and install our other pappies here. And what else? Upgrade. That'll have to be done in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and we will finish upgrading this runway in the next video and pay back some of our loans. And yeah, that should help ease some congestion here. We can land multiple aircraft, and as we build out here, we should be able to then add some additional flights. So until then, thank you very much for watching. See you next time.